All right, welcome in and welcome back to the BFR podcast presented by Sports Mockery. My name is Dave. I cover the Bears for SM. I'm joined by my good friend and, as always, co-host of the BFR podcast, Ficky. Follow him on all socials at It's Ficky Baby. Jack, our producer, is here as well. He'll be hopping in here in a few minutes. Before we get started, we are live during the Bears versus Texans game. It's halftime. We're going to kind of just be here probably for the rest of the game, kind of talk it through. But we're excited. And again, before we get into all that, this show is presented by Sports Mockery and Fanatics. Would not be able to do the show without them. So be sure to check them out. We'll have some more on that later. Ficky, first half thoughts. Bears are down. I don't even know what the score is. 17-14, I believe. Not a great first quarter at all.
Bro, no, not at all. I mean, look,
brutal.
Yeah, I mean, they marched down the field. Then I think we went like 3 and out or something on the first drive. So, I mean, It's preseason. There's literally no starters, so you can't really take much from this game. But I was hoping to see a little bit more from some of the guys that aren't starters, obviously, but could be contributors, right? You think of the names of like Austin Booker, right? Tyler Scott, things like that, where it's like you might see the field, you might get, a decent amount of snaps, right? You're not this scrub that, either doesn't make the team or is buried on the depth chart. And we really didn't see that all too much. So it's preseason. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Oh, he's muted. We got him.
So I didn't want to hear I was trying to go in the background trying to get this some of my notes pulled up here, but no, I mean I was taking notes all the way through that first quarter was brutal. But I want to say, first of all, Austin Booker, I noticed him actually a couple times. He had a crazy first rep of the game, or maybe it was the second play of the game.
That was a good one.
Pushed that offensive lineman all the way almost back into the QB. I really like some of his moves he's shown. I think he's already on the sidelines though. But I liked what I saw from Austin Booker. He's quick. I think it's going to take some time from him. I think just be patient. But I'm telling you, halfway through the season, I think we're going to see a little bit more promise, and I think it's going to pay off. So we'll see. And then Tyler Scott, I was a little upset at first when he slipped on that kickoff. But at the same time, now that we've seen it like 8 times from 8 different players, it is terrible. And you said you tweeted this great, or perfect tweet, Vic. You said, "I'm so glad the starters are not playing given the turf right now." It is brutal.
Did you see that Bears tweet about the quarterback sliding on the slip and slide they did after practice? That's basically what this field is, bro. Like every single person is falling. And it was actually, I think, I don't know if I brought up on our last episode, but I saw it somewhere where someone was talking about, Canton is known for having shitty field conditions, right? And not only that, it rained, I think, yesterday in Canton. So, like, you have bad field conditions and you have rain. Obviously, they probably were going to play the starters anyway, but, like, even if there was a slight possibility that shut that down immediately. I mean, you've seen it. Like, too many people falling, and that's always scary, right? You fall, you get hit the wrong way because you weren't expecting to fall. Like, don't want any of that.
No, I agree. Like I said, I'm just glad the starters aren't playing. I didn't even like seeing Tory Taylor out there for the 13 seconds. Probably the most electric part of this preseason game so far was that it was cool just to see him, because I was like, I saw Tory Taylor first because he's massive, and then I was like,
giant.
Is that Santos? And it was just cool to see our starters out there. Flus said no starters, and I don't know. I got a little hyped up. That was probably my favorite part, outside maybe the a couple touchdowns. Brett Rippon is ripping it. He is balling. I'm gonna go ahead and go over his stats. But first of all, any other notes you kind of want to, before we hop into like the first and second quarter, kind of dive here, Vicky?
So something I wanted to watch. I know probably nobody else cares because he's been pretty consistent the last couple of years. But Cairo, just like PATs, looking clean, everything out there. He's also kicking off on kickoff. I wonder, though, if Tory Taylor were to play, would he be the one kicking it off on kickoff? It's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But you don't think so? Just because he can – I mean, look, Cairo's 5'7", maybe at best. That's an extra tackler out there. And Tory's known for being very accurate with pinpointing the ball. So that could be a huge weapon now with this new kickoff, right? Because it's all about placement that can really determine, how easy it is for someone to return it. So just something just to keep an eye on it. But other than that, it's preseason. There's nothing like you take away from this and you're like, holy shit, like this is.
Oh, I'm taking everything. This shit means a lot to me. I'm locked in, dude.
Brett ripping QB1, huh?
No, okay. There's been conversations. We'll start it right now. Let's just start it off hot. Tyson Bagent. I think he played one series. Did he get the second series in the first quarter?
I think
Did he come out?
No, I think he got one. I think it was it.
I'm pulling it up. My phone is being so slow. Okay, so yeah, let me get my notes here. So Tyson Bagent, he played. Hold on.
It couldn't have been more than 2, though. That's for sure.
No, I'm just that. He played. Okay, he did not play a lot at all. He was 2 for 3, 16 yards. And that's it. 79.9 rating. Brett Rippon, obviously 7 for 9, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns, 156.2 rating right now. Absolutely balling, ripping it. I know it's a pun there, but seriously, he's had some really nice throws. Even one that was an incompletion. I think it was to Colin Johnson. Is that correct?
Yeah,
who has 2 touchdowns today? Yeah,
yes.
Colin. He has 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown.
2 receptions, 47 yards, but he also dropped an absolute dot from. I don't even know if I can share this. Will YouTube get us? Ficky, do you remember?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Because I hate. Okay, first of all, it's a live stream, so we got to share some of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So let's see if we can't get in trouble here from the NFL. I think they're going to get us, but we'll see. Right here was the absolute dot. I think he slips too.
Yep. That was a beautiful step right into the pocket. It was a good throw.
It was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, steps up in the pocket with that pressure coming around the right side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Colin tried to catch that with his chest. That's the problem. But you know what? Mm-hmm. To be fair, on his end, he did bounce back literally, 2 plays later and caught that touchdown. I know he was wide open, but still.
Yeah. And this right here was what I was talking about. The little jog off from Torrey Taylor was electric.
Bro, he's ginormous compared to Kyra.
He's about as tall as Santos on his knee right there. Yeah. I'm not even trying to be funny. He is a massive human being. But we'll get off there. We probably just got copyrighted striked a little bit. Who cares? For sure. I guess we'll have it edited out later, maybe after the show. But like I said, I want to go through some of these things here. Let's see here.
Oh, sorry. It looked like it was going to be a good return. Sorry.
Okay, I'm watching it now. I didn't even know the game started. Here we go. Oh, damn. Who's the quarterback right now? Is it Rippon or is it
I have no idea.
Austin Reed?
I have no idea. I can't tell.
Anyways, though, if you guys are joining us, we are going to, like I said, live stream. It's Rippon, Brett Rippon, number 11 out here. So he's going to be out here probably through the third quarter, I would think, or maybe halfway through. And see.
Because, Austin Reed's the next guy on the depth chart,
He was warming up, yeah. He was warming up, so I bet he comes in a drive or two. So, but if you guys are joining us for the first time on YouTube, we are just going to go ahead and go through the second half with you guys. Also give our reactions throughout the rest of the game, but also honestly, we're going to talk a lot about the first half where we saw most of it, because I think this is kind of like going to be like garbage time. I don't think there's going to be a lot of these guys that we know or that will probably even make the roster, right, Ficky?
It's crazy. I bet you easily 60% of the players in from the third going into the fourth won't make the squad. Because you remember, they have probably 100+ players right now, and they have to get all the way down to 53, and they don't even have to get down that far yet. So they bring in a big influx of players, and then I don't even know when the next cut is, but it's only going from like wherever they're at now to like I think 80 something. So you got a lot of guys on this roster that will not. I mean, some might make practice squad, which is fair, but a lot of these guys are not going to get big playing time or won't make the squad.
I find it funny here. We have Alex Hamilton on YouTube. I don't know if you want to bring it up, Jack, or I can. It says Bagent's aura automatically makes him QB2. I absolutely almost agree here, but did
you see his offseason workouts? The boy's like moving.
Oh yeah,
hella weight. Like I think I think DJ Moore talked about it with I can't think of his podcast. But anyways, he was getting interviewed and he was talking about how Bajent doesn't look like it, but the dude can, like, he's strong as hell. I mean, it makes sense. His dad's also a freak of nature. As we know, he's a professional arm wrestler, but hopefully that equates to something on the field. I don't know how important it is for your quarterback to be yoked, but
dude. No, I think he's going to be fine. I just took a little video here. Colin Johnson with an insane grab on the sideline. Once again, helmet came flying off, held onto the ball. I think it's another 30-yard completion here from ripping to
it then. Yeah, because I'm a little behind. Let me see.
Dude.
Oh, wow. Yes, sir.
That's what that was saying.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Well, I was actually going to say then, like, talk about who are your winners and losers so far of this game. Like, I think we can agree that the winners, no, but so far, right? So I think like winners, I think we both say Rippin, obviously he's looking good. I think Colin, the tight end, has been looking good other than that drop he had. Is there anyone else that really stood out to you where you're like, really showed off some skills?
So I have a couple. So Austin Booker in his limited reps, I really liked what I saw. I liked Roshan.
Roshan did look
I thought
good.
He had some good runs. Elijah Hicks, I've always been a big fan of his. I thought he was everywhere in the beginning. I really liked Elijah Hicks.
He also had that game. He had that touchdown saving tackle too.
That's what I'm saying. I saw that where
it broke.
That's a hell of an open field tackle right there.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and he had every right to be amped up after that one too. Tommy Sweeney, backup tight end, I would say is
47, right?
In trouble. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't like the false start. First drive is killed due to a false start, and it's a Bears backup tight end. I said there's nothing more Bears football than that. That's when you know football is back, when you see something like a false start killing a drive. I thought that was just so poetic just to happen right away. I like I said, Bajent. I know we're joking here, but he had 3 attempts, 2 for 3. They didn't have to do a lot. I think that shows you exactly, or I think that is telling, because if there was a question between Rippin and Bajent, they would have had Bajent out there for a lot more than we saw him. So I think it was limited for a reason. He's QB2 unless he has a horrible camp. I know he's had a couple rough few days probably, but he started off camp pretty good. So I think it's going to balance out. But Tyson Bajent should be fine. But I really love what Brett Rippin is showing. I mean, it is an insane performance so far.
Oh, he's going crazy. But ball placement is beautiful. Like, it's fantastic. Yeah. But Dave, you brought up a good point though. Like it's telling based off how many reps these guys get, kind of like where they are in the depth chart, or at least in like favor of the coaches, right? And there's an interesting one, which I was like, wait a minute, right? So you have the starter is Rojo, right? He gets a lot of the reps. And then guess who comes in after him? Khalil Herbert. So it's interesting to think, okay, is Khalil now your running back 3 behind Roshan, who's behind DeAndre Swift? Because I could understand why, but like we've seen so much of Khalil, and he's been pretty good, decent for what he is. Seeing him as running back 3, I think is interesting, right? A little bit surprising, I would say.
Dude, no, give me a break. I saw so many people talking like Roshan being surprised running back 3 here. I don't think there's much to it. For me, just watching Khalil Herbert run, I think he's so much better than Roshan Johnson. I know Roshan is a better pass blocker, but the explosiveness, even the way that Herbert sees, the holes,
his vision's much better.
His vision, I would say his vision's better than Swift. I think I said that a couple pods ago. Yeah, so for me, I like that there is such another great catch here by I think it's Bates, the tight end from Brett Rippin. Really, really awesome throw as well from Rippin. Anyways, I think it's clear cut. RB2 is Khalil Herbert, and I understand there's pass pro worries, but give me a break. But you would be surprised.
If it comes week 1 and you see that the third running back that comes in
pissed.
is like today.
I'll be pissed.
Like today.
I'll be absolutely pissed. That does not make any sense to me.
That's why I said. That's why I was surprised.
First of all, they're gonna need Herbert because running backs either one are going to go down. You're going to have to rotate them out. I think Roschon, and I think it's such a really good trio. So for me, yeah, I would be shocked and I would be a little upset if Herbert. I think he deserves better.
Well, I think it's going to be a running back committee either way. I think Herbert's.
Well, I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
What do you mean by committee?
I'd say like DeAndre Swift gets 40%, and it's the other 60% is broke up between Khalil and Roschon. So it'd be like 40, like 40, 30, 30.
I hate to say it, man. I am not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Roschon Johnson. I don't think he has elite upside. I don't think he's not fast enough. He can. I love his he's a power back, right? Or third down, you need a yard, right? Or even 4th and 1. Give it to him. Go get us a yard. Go get us. The really, there's something that's really tough. The tough yards. That's not pretty. Swift, I think Swift and Herbert can do it. They've shown in the past they can get those tough yards. But for me, I think that's where Roschon thrives. But I don't know. I just don't think Roschon has the upside to really be like he may be Jordan Howard though. I guess he could have some, as far as not having the burst, but being able to be a pretty good back. But I don't know. For me, I think it goes Swift, Herbert, Roschon, and I love that because you need depth at that position because of the injuries we saw it last year. So for me, I don't know. I just don't like the Herbert. I don't know. Timeline right now. I just don't think I didn't like him coming out as RB3. That was weird. That just didn't make sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. It was interesting. I was like, oh, I just figured, Roschon comes in, then you're gonna bring in Travis Homer or something, and then went straight from Roschon to Khalil. I was like, wait a minute, that was weird.
That was weird, dude.
Yeah, but we'll see. You know what? I still feel maybe that's a Bears ski film. If you don't mind bringing that one up again, Jack, if you don't mind. He said maybe like 50, 30, 20. But yeah, I think the point is I think it's going to be a rotation of touches because that's what we've seen with Eberflus in this. Well, even with Getsy, right? It was a very much running back committee, including Fields as well. So I think they'll split up the share. Plus, if you look at all the, I would say, dominant teams, or if you look at the final, I'd say 8 teams, most of them. Right, those playoff teams, most of them have a running back committee, right? Even the best ones. You look at the Lions; they at least have a two-headed monster back there with Monty and Jahmyr Gibbs. So, I it's not a bad thing to have. I think it's good that we have all 3 of those. It'll be interesting to see, though. I think this will be Khalil's last year, though, with us for sure. Unfortunately.
Interesting. I think it all just depends on the money. You're right. You don't want it. You already paid Swift a lot. It probably doesn't make sense. And Herbert, honestly, I think he probably is going to be looking for some, a good payday.
Go get your money.
But anyways, no, I'm a big fan of Herbert. Always been. So I think last year we didn't get to see, the best of him just because of the injury. It was kind of nagging. I think at the very end of the year, you saw that burst come back and that is what it is. So the Bears also kind of in the same boat. They went out for a reason and got Swift, and I think it's a playmaker. Colin Johnson almost had an insane grab in the right side of the end zone here. Just barely. It was a rare miss by Rippon, but.
So where's Johnson? I'm trying to think where Johnson's on the depth chart. He's got to be 4th.
I can bring it up. Hold on.
Yeah, he's got to be 4th, right? Because obviously you've got Cole, Everett, Bennett, not Bennett. I was about to say Martellus Bennett. Mercedes Lewis 3, and then 4. Would that be Johnson?
So I got you right here. So DJ Moore, Tyler. So DJ Moore is wide receiver 1, actually. Then it goes Tyler Scott. Then you got Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. You got behind Rome Odunze is Velus Jones Jr. Then you have Decimba Webster.
Yeah, but I'm talking about tight
Moore,
end.
Tyler Scott. Is it he's a tight end?
Yeah.
He just had a touchdown, Colin Johnson. Again.
I think he's a tight end. Is he
Dude,
not?
Is he a tight end?
Maybe I'm tripping.
I'm crazy.
Is he he's got a build of a tight end. He's like a skinny tight end.
No, he's a wide receiver.
He is. Wow.
Yeah, he's he's behind Bayless Jones Jr. on the depth chart.
Wow. Okay, I stand corrected. Yeah. Wow. Okay, if that's the case,
yeah, he's a wide receiver.
Does he? I mean, God, I doubt he makes the team then.
Bears are deep, dude. At that position,
there's no way he makes the team, right? Because we talked about this last week, right? We talked about if you bring, let's say at max, they do 7 wide receivers, right?
No way he makes the team?
Yeah, 7. Look, let's go through it. DJ, Keenan, Rome, Valus, Tyler. You can switch what order, right? Then are you doing, that's 5 already. So that means 2 more spots. Who do you think takes the final 2? You think? Man. I mean, this game obviously shows he's playing well for sure.
I mean, he has 2 touchdowns. He has 3 receptions on 6 targets, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. Balling out. He's making a case for himself, and if he's not going to be on the Bears, he'll definitely be either on the practice squad or he may make another roster. But I think he's going to be a fun one to kind of
I feel
watch
like Pettis,
when it comes to Hard Knocks.
I feel like Pettis though makes wide receiver. He makes it, right. You don't bring him back for him not to make it, right? Like that's for a reason. Comfortability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be, right? So that means there's only 1 wide receiver spot open if they go 7 and not 6. We'll see though. It's early. It's the first preseason game. Let's see how he looks throughout. And if he has a good camp, maybe he makes it.
I think Tyler Scott's a lock too because he only got kick return work. He was even out there with the receivers. So I mean. That shows
he had a couple plays, but actually funny. After this game, he's driving to Cincinnati to graduate. He's going to graduation.
Did he get an end around? He didn't get a catch though.
Yeah, I think it was like a short. Yeah, it was like a short end around. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Crazy.
But he wasn't out there for too much. But you just drafted him. He was a rookie last year. He's making the team. If Valus can make it 3 years in, Tyler can easily make it too. Come on, you don't give up on a pick that quick, right? Unless there's like legal issues. So, he's definitely a lock. So you have, no matter what, I'm confident. I think Valus makes it too. You have 5 people locked in, and then also like DeAndre Carter, because he was listed as your kick return starter in your depth chart and your backup.
He was returning punts today.
So it's like, is that if that's the case, right? If he's your backup specialist, there's 6 right there. So now you have Dante Pettis, who I think will probably make it. And then does this guy maybe make it or not? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I don't know, man. But the Bears are up 21-17 with 11 minutes and that cannot be right. 11 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter.
It was a quick. I mean,
is that right, Jack? Jack's shaking his head.
Yeah, we've only been live for 20 minutes, so that makes sense. There's only 4 minutes.
Dude, I feel like we've been live for a very long time.
4 minutes, man.
Hey, man, the Bears got 21 points with 11 minutes in the third quarter left. This is what offense.
Yeah, but too bad this is the third and fourth strings. Look at our second strings. They didn't do shit.
Yeah,
they didn't do. That defense was porous, bro. They were dotting. Davis Mills, Bears legend. Thank you for the first pick overall. He was dotting us up. Did you see that? He made 92. Is that Green? He juked him out of his shoes. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're getting juked by long neck Davis Mills? That's crazy, bro.
Long neck.
Bro, he's got one of the longest necks in the league. Reminds me of Mike Glennon-esque. So, man, I'm just glad football's back. I'm just glad football's back. It does feel good. Absolutely. Give you something to talk about. Speaking of that, I saw that Adam Schefter before on the pregame show had basically said he predicts that Caleb will play the Bengals game, which is technically would be like our first preseason game if we didn't have the Hall of Fame game. So I'm hoping we get something. I don't know how many snaps.
The Bengals game is after the Bills because we play the Bills.
Oh,
next.
My bad. You're right. It's Bills. So Bengals, the second one,
and
which is what? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I don't know.
Because I think we predicted last show that he probably wouldn't do the Bills. Bengals.
I think I think if I said that, because I can't remember.
I think I said that.
I will say this, because the Eberflus did not sound like it was, a given that they were going to play against the Bills. So that kind of leads you to be like, However, I think it depends on this offensive line. I know Nate Davis was not stretching at all.
No, he wasn't suited up at all in anything.
Bears are interviewing Caleb Williams right now on the sideline, or the ESPN is. Not sure what he's saying. Oh, Bears just got a sack too.
We'll take it.
Oh, a sack fumble.
Oh, we recover or not?
No, they were offensive lineman recovered. Number 66 on the Texans. Anyways, what I was saying is I hope they play a drive or two against the Bills. That would be really nice, just to kind of, if they feel confident enough to just run the ball, I'm cool with that, or you're going to play action. But for sure the Bengals game, because you're going to start ramping up, then if you want to get these 45 to 60, reps in for Caleb Williams in the offense, you got to start it at the very least at the Bengals game. So
of course you got to get him in sometime. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, this Bears defense is nasty. They just had a huge hit now it's 3rd and 26. You're about to see it.
Take it. Yeah. I just
saw
the sack. I'm a little bit behind.
Hold on here.
I'm not used to seeing 93 at defense attack. I keep thinking it's Justin Jones. Weird. But
let me see here.
Oh, I saw DJ Moore. DJ Moore on his interview was talking about he's happy as hell they didn't have to play in this game. So I know we want to see them as starters in there, but I think they're like, nah. They got to practice in today, though.
Dude, I don't know, man. It is so cool to see the Bears back out here playing. Like, just the defense itself here getting hyped up on 3rd and 26, and they get a stop. I just love it, dude. I love it. I wanted to talk about. Oh, that was Austin Booker with the sack.
Oh, he's in?
He's still in.
Okay, well, I take it back if he hasn't made plays. How about that? That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just now remember the interview was with Chris Long, and it came out today. That's the interview. I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
Oh, okay.
Interviewed DJ Moore, and he was talking about how he was excited that they didn't have to play. Oh, that was Booker. Booker is in. You're right.
You see it? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll take it.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, which I don't know how much. I think they just. Yeah, Eric, my fellow writer here, Eric Lambert, he goes, Waldron is getting guys wide open, and that's where it's kind of hard to say because it's preseason, you're playing his back, so I'm like, but he is.
I mean,
Ripken's getting some really good looks out there.
He's not wrong, but it's it's like what are these looks? You know what I mean? Because this is not looks that they're going to really show the Texans. They literally play them in week 2. You know, like it's interesting. We played them in just a couple weeks, so there's no way they're giving them like valid look. This is definitely cookie cutter offense for sure. Oh, there was a nice tidbit that DJ Moore also gave in this interview that they're on their 10th installment, so they're like deep into the playbook, like pretty decent. You know what I mean? Into it. And that was interesting. And he talked about how Caleb is actually picking it up better than like he would as a rookie. And he's not the only one who said that. I'm pretty sure Keenan Allen has said that, how easily he's picking it up. And then he also mentioned Rome is picking it up pretty easily as well. So it's actually nice to see like your high touted early draft picks, like nothing but praise. And it seems very genuine where they're like, no, these guys are getting in there, learning from their mistakes, picking it up quickly. I think DJ Moore also said Rome was polished as well. We know Keenan said that like last week. So it does make me feel a little bit more confident about the rookies we signed, the earlier, obviously Rome and Caleb, than how I felt about maybe some past rookies that we've drafted.
Okay.
Without saying a snap yet. Again, we have to see how they play. There's a lot that can go into that, but it is nice to hear that from veteran wide receivers who have been around the league for a minute and have played with good quarterbacks and good wide receivers, and also being that themselves, you know?
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. Also, did you just see that Hard Knocks clip?
No, I missed it.
They just gave a sneak peek with Caleb Williams talking. I'm trying to read his lips here because I had it off. But it looked good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hard Knocks the players were reacting pretty good. So I want to come here. Austin Reed is now coming out to replace Brett Rippon. His final stat line here, Ficky, 11 of 15, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns, 148.9 rating. Wow.
MVP. Build the statue now. Build the statue.
That's a hell of a. I want to see Austin Reed, though. Undrafted, I think, rookie, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, UDFA. Also, did you see that Hard Knocks clip? Why was Tyson Bagent like fake seizuring? What was going on?
Dude, I don't know. That's what I missed it, man. I don't know.
And then they're showing him now. That's crazy. What was that? What a clip. What a clip. That's funny. Hard Knocks is going to be awesome, man. By the way, I know I keep preaching on it. The Giants Hard Knocks was also fantastic. All 5 episodes. I loved every single one of them. They did a good job. Hopefully we get even better content for the Bears, which I think we will.
Oh yeah. And honestly, I think I have an episode left. I haven't finished the Bears or the Giants Hard Knocks. And it has, every time I've watched it, it just makes me want to watch. It just makes me super, 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 super excited. I'm already hyped, but for the Bears, because I love seeing the details that these GMs are going through. And I know we're going to get we're getting training camp, but we're still going to see Ryan Poles and his teams, Ian Cunningham, their process, right? We're going to see Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, and how they prepare. I think all those details that we're going to get to see. And then you get the personalities. Like we just saw that clip they just showed where we have no idea what's going on really, but it looks hilarious, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of out of context, but
either way. Another thing too, which I think Hard Knocks just does a good job in general, right? They make you love the players and the team even more, even if it's not your team. Like I walked away from the Giants Hard Knocks and was like, yo, Joe Shane seems like like he's got his, like as a GM, he's got things under control. And it gives you like a little bit more of a perspective because you can just look out and be like, oh, the team doesn't do well. And you're just like, oh, bad GM or bad player. But there's a lot of things that go into it. So it's interesting to see. Jack, if you don't mind, will you bring up that last comment about the Giants taking? Yeah. So this is from Alex OG in the chat, but he said Giants messed up taking Neighbors over Rome. I want to know your thoughts on that, Dave, and then also want to give you some more context. I don't know
Giants messed up taking Neighbors over Rome. My thoughts on that one?
Yeah, but before you answer that, I also want to give you more context. I don't know how your timeline's been on Twitter, but mine has been so many Neighbors clips. I don't know why, but it's like, and he's making some great catches and like beating his defenders, right? Obviously, he doesn't have someone like a Jalen Johnson guarding him, obviously, on the defensive side. He has a Deontay Banks, who was a rookie last year. But the point is he did kind of look good. With that context, also knowing, how Neighbors was, he was really good at LSU. Do you agree that they messed up with taking Neighbors over Rome?
I mean, it's just so early. We have no idea. I think Neighbors is an insane prospect, and if he was on the Bears, I'd be just as excited. And with Rome, I'm excited because he's a Bear, and I know the likelihood of getting Rome was so much higher. So Neighbors was really never on my radar. Similar to like Marvin Harris Jr., that's a pipe dream. It was a pipe dream to begin with. Neighbors is such an electric and elite player that it would have been awesome to get him, but you had to move up. Rome, it almost feels better because we waited. Everything kind of fell into place. Then you see the relationship between him and Caleb. So of course that kind of derails things and kind of puts some blinders on. So it makes me very pro Rome. But at the end of the day, Rome would have been a wide receiver 1 in most draft classes. But this was such an elite group, and not even just the top 3. There was guys behind Rome that were pretty good too. So for me, at the end of the day, I don't like to be able to jump to those conclusions that I would rather have. However, if I'm being honest, Neighbors, I've seen some of those clips too, Ficky. He looks insane. He looks really, really fucking good.
He does, bro.
Now, Rome has had some really good clips too, but I wouldn't say they're not Neighbors-esque as far as the clips I've seen.
Neighbors is way more like flashy of a wide receiver, which I think is fair.
It reminds me like Odell.
Correct.
OBJ.
And Rome is more of a big body type. Like you saw the 2 plays this past week of training camp where Rome's like getting the red zone targets, getting 2 feet down type of stuff. That's more of a Rome Odunze. It's not like I'm running a 9, which is actually crazy because he did run a hell of 9 routes, but he's not necessarily like the yakkiest type of receiver compared to Neighbors. Neighbors is just quicker and a little bit more shiftier. That's it. So when you see him make plays, they look a little bit more exciting. But I think you nailed it spot on. Like either of those, we would be absolutely happy with. And I'm sure the Giants feel the same way because if you watch their Hard Knocks, literally Joe Shane is saying that like obviously Neighbors they want, but he's like, oh, if Neighbors isn't there, we're 100% taking Rome. And they were very happy about both of those. So also a key thing I saw on the Hard Knocks on the draft room on the last episode, they basically show all the players on their like kind of their board and they color coordinated like certain players, right? They had like red, pink, like yellow, green or something like that. Someone looked into it, someone who does like data and whatnot, and they kind of like were able to kind of determine what the trend was. Rome was the first blue past 5. There was like a couple past that. And actually one of them was Tyler Nubin as well, the safety from Maryland who they drafted. But the person who kind of took it look at it said like the likelihood was like blue equals great character, great teammate, and great human. So if you had the blue on you, it basically meant like you're getting a very high quality person, right? And player. So I think that aligns with what we've known about Rome, what people have said about Rome, even what the Joe Shane said about Rome in like episode 3 of Hard Knocks, that like you're getting a quality guy. So that was kind of cool to see because it's not just the Bears who thought that, but you kind of have like a different perspective from another team.
Vic, I think I noticed that too. I honestly, like I said, I have about an episode to go. So I don't know. I think I've seen most of it. I don't know what happened on the last episode. Obviously,
it's just the draft. I haven't seen it. It's just the draft. That's it.
It's been great. I will say Brian Dable having his feet up when Rome was in there, it really did rub me the wrong way. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, show some respect to him. Like that bothered me. But also, I guess
every episode.
Yeah, sure. But I didn't think it was funny to see when the quarterbacks came in, like even the GM kind of instead of behind his desk, he got a chair, he got a little bit closer. I think him and Jaden Daniels and stuff. But I really do like I like Rome. I like Neighbors. I think both these guys are gonna be so good. I think it just depends, man, on there's so many variables that could go wrong. Who's gonna be better? But at the end of the day, I think these top 3 guys are gonna be insane. I think it'll be so good. I think Rome is gonna be. He may not have the numbers that Neighbor has in year 1 just because of, Neighbor is going to be asked to do a lot more targets. So, but I love what I'm seeing out of him.
What about this though? Because, it's the draft, right? So normally everybody doesn't hit. How many of the top 3 wide receivers do you think you walk away from after this season and say, oh, they don't have to hit like every expectation, but you walk away and go, yeah, you were a good pick. Do you think all 3 hit? Marvin Harrison, Neighbors, and Dunze?
Yes.
I do too.
I almost can say that confidently. I also, another thing is I think we talked about it a couple episodes. Like, I just don't like because Neighbor, we talked about character guys, right? What was Neighbors, remind me, when they had that, was he a blue?
No. So my perception was they did,
or gray?
They did, you just regular, no color. So basically the top 6 picks had no color. And that was because I think that was like where they were picking because they were picked 6. And then it was everybody after that where you started to see the color codes come in. And not every player had it. Some had colors, some didn't. But you didn't see any till. And Rome was like 8 on their big board, right? Which is right before we picked at 9 or something like that. So,
yeah. I don't know. I really found it funny when they went through the they went through like the first round quarterbacks drafted in the first round since like 2000. And then they got to like the Daniel Jones, like there was a bunch of misses. And they were marking them, I think, as blue or red. So blue were hits. So like Patrick Mahomes, blah, blah. And then you got and then the reds were misses. So like the Daniel Jones draft class, they had him in blue as a hit.
Well, so what it was the, if you're still on your current team. Based off.
So that's what it was?
Yeah. So basically, but But that's kind of like hit or miss, right?
Okay, so then I misread that because I just thought it was funny because it was hit or miss because it made sense to me. I was like, oh, they're true. But then, yeah, that makes more sense, I guess. But
it kind of is though when you
Baker
think about it though, because like if you're not on the team that drafted you anymore, that means you
probably for a reason.
Yeah, right. So at least it's weird. Daniel Jones did get the new contract, so he's more of a hit, maybe a lowercase h for the hit than a lot of those other guys. But if you look at that clip, the hit rate for first round quarterbacks is garbage, and we had 3 on the list. So not great, Chicago. Nah, not so great, but it is what it is. We know our QB history.
Jack, are you ready to come in here? All right, let's go ahead and bring our producer Jack in. We'll change this. I'll even produce it here. We'll get Jack in the middle where he belongs. Me on the side. Wait.
There you go.
There we go.
It's like musical chairs.
All right. Jack, tell us, what have you liked so far of this game?
Some are saying, and this is not me, this is just other people. Preseason sucks. And here's why. I feel like every year we always get hyped up, and then the first game of preseason, it's always the same thing. It's always the Hall of Fame game. And then when we go into this Hall of Fame game, we're like, all right, man, it's football. And then like 3 minutes in, we don't know who's on the field. We don't know what's going on. And it's like, it's Joe Buck or whoever. Joe Buck's been calling him. He's like rambling about this and that. And then they're talking to they're doing interviews and things. I mean, seriously, I was like, all day I was like, football, Bears are back. And then I turn it on. I'm like, what are we, it was that kind of vibe. Anyways, I loved everything about this game so far in terms of our offense and defense. One funny thing, though, that I caught on was the first drive with Bayesian. It scared the hell out of me with Waldron's play calls. He, if you guys think of it, it's they ran like 3 run plays. They ran a screen to Roshan, and then they ran a jet sweep to Tyler Scott. And I was like, we are back to square one here. Like, I mean, we weren't throwing the ball. And so, I mean, besides that, the teams look good. You guys covered it pretty well, but some are saying the preseason sucks.
Summer, I love how you say Summer saying.
It's not me. It is not me. I am not.
No, I think we all know that the preseason sucks. It does. That's why they're trying to get rid of it.
Right now, I'll be honest. There's 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in this third quarter, and I'm losing it, man. Because I don't know, man. Yeah. But Austin Booker's still out here, and that kind of, I don't like that. He's right here on the edge, right?
I think
he's 94.
I'm so
Am I mistaken?
Yeah,
Booker's 94.
He's 94.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, he's 94.
Yeah, dude, he is ready to roll.
Yeah, it does. It does suck. There's a lot of these players that you. The whole point that we love about teams is that there's players you can invest yourself in, right? That there's players that you fall in love with because they're on the team. It's hard to do that with preseason because even if you like a guy, we see this every preseason. Dave, we talked about this last episode. Colin, the wide receiver who's doing well, he could have a great preseason. You go, yes, he should make the team. Dude gets cut, doesn't make it. So then it's like, man, the only person that brought excitement to the preseason isn't even on the team for you to be excited about in any sort of way. So
off the topic here, third quarter, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Dante Pettis, muff punt.
Yep,
on a fair catch.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty bad. We recovered it, though, right?
That was a couple. I don't even know. I just now I'm seeing I must have missed it. Ooh.
No, I don't think we recovered it.
That wasn't a fumble. No. Anyways.
I
don't know. I never understood really why they brought Pettis back, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe
no, but that's my thing. That's what I'm saying, though. If you brought him back, don't you think that's like a secured spot? He's a veteran. You don't have to teach him a lot of this stuff. It is a new offense. Yeah.
No, I think he gets cut. I do.
I'm not saying he's. Go ahead, Ficky.
No, go ahead. You said Velus. What about him?
I was just thinking, if Velus isn't playing now, are we to assume that he's got a spot?
Well,
because you would think if he was like fringe guy, they'd be like, all right, you go in with Tyler or Pettis and whoever, and you guys sort of like work the spot out yourselves. But him sitting just seems strange to me.
I would agree with that, except there was someone, I can't remember the player, at our third preseason game last year. He had a pretty decent preseason. He sat out or did not play the third game, and we were like, oh, he's making the team, and he literally got cut the next day. So I have no idea and that's nothing, Jack, about why like preseason sucks. We have no idea what any of this means. Like the intention behind who's playing, when they're playing, where they are in the depth chart. Like only the coaches know what they're looking for, right? It's way different than regular season because regular season's all, all gas, no brakes. Like this is the real deal. So you're in there for a reason. This one, they're testing a bunch of different stuff out, different situations. I don't know.
It's starting to rain, it looks like. My question is, it's raining pretty hard, actually. Y'all see that?
I don't know who would complain if they were like, we're going to call it. I don't think there'd be a single person I'd be like, no, please.
I paid $11 for this.
It'd be the
you're the only one. You asked.
No, I'm not going to complain, dude.
No, the brands. The NFL won't ever cut an NFL game because of the money.
Missed field goal by the Texans with in the third quarter, late third quarter. It was a 58-yard attempt wide right.
Jesus.
They're showing the radar too, dude. It looks kind of nuts.
Yeah, there's like no one there anymore. I saw they were showing some.
I don't even know what this means. The yellow, it looks like an army map. Anyways, Austin Booker, boys, should he still be in this game right now? I've seen people loving that he's still getting reps. I'm on the end where I'm like, I've seen enough. Take him out. Let's play him against the Bills, play him against the Bengals. I'm cool with him getting consistent reps for every single game, but it's like, at what point do you pull him on this one?
Well, he's DE5. I think on the depth chart, he's like DE5, which is crazy. Yeah. I think I saw Dom Rom above him, and I was like, wow, that's surprising. Like I know he's more of a project, but I did not expect DE5. Mm-hmm. I think I was looking at their unofficial depth chart that they released last week.
It's unofficial though, for a reason.
I mean, but you're not. Yeah. He wasn't DE3. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you're getting in there. Like DE5 means that you're barely getting reps, like in the regular season, right? Like name a DE5 from last season. Did they get on the field much?
I think Booker's going to be too talented, and he's going to flash too much throughout these final 3 preseason games, where I think he's going to get more than we think, and it's going to be quicker than we think as well. I mean, so
I wouldn't be mad about it. I'm just trying to figure out like DE5. I know it's unofficial, official, whatever. It'll be interesting to see where he is like next week too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, but also D end. Are you like, I don't know. What's the it? No, you can get injured at any position. I don't know. That's the thing about preseason is that you want to see reps, but like you don't want people to get injured. Obviously, at least in a game, you're like, well, that game mattered, right? So if you get injured, it doesn't matter. Like at least you contributed it or you're trying to. In this, like a win or loss literally means absolutely nothing in any sort of way. It has no impact on how successful you are in the regular season because we've seen teams go undefeated in preseason. I'm pretty sure the 0-16 Lions literally were undefeated in their preseason and did not win a fucking game in the regular season. And we've seen when the Chiefs have won Super Bowls, right? Obviously, they've won like one game in the preseason. So there's no impact at all about like the trajectory of the regular season. So it's like getting guys out there and then they get fucked up. It's kind of like, sucks.
The same thing's going to happen next week. Go ahead.
Real quick, boys. The game is being delayed. It may not start up. Weather, they've just showed on the screen that tension, severe weather is approaching. Please seek shelter immediately. They're getting fans out of there. They're probably not going to start the game. It's being suspended due to weather, which would mean
it's going to be over. They'll cut it short. It's preseason, right? Bears win, baby. Undefeated.
We got a rain.
20-0, here we come. Or how many games in the playoffs? Fuck, to get to the Super Bowl, I don't even know now. Like, we had to win like 20, 24, 25. But free dub, we'll take it. You know what's good about this, though? I saw a tweet on Twitter. Someone was like, we need the win because I feel like the Hard Knocks, back end shit will be a little bit better. That's what I'm saying, though. This was before the game, though. They were like, we need a win because the behind the scenes will be, a much happier, jovial experience. You know what I mean? Which I think
the Bears and Texans are leaving the field right now. Lightning. I guess you can see lightning as well. I mean, this is perfect.
Okay. We do
He's
have
perfect for Hard Knocks. Can you imagine that?
Oh, absolutely. Well, in this time, we do have some questions. Jack, you want to bring these up, the ones you've starred?
Yeah, sure.
And let's see if we can go through these. Okay. What a great question to start here for Dave. Oh, all of us. But Boomin says on Twitter, Dave, where does this current team go if Fields was still the QB?
I'm going to answer this 100%, being brutally honest. Everything is the same, right? Is that what we're saying?
Everything's the same,
besides
but you
the
don't have
quarterback.
Caleb, and it's.
I would be very excited. I would be very excited to see what Justin can do. I think he's an electric athlete. Does he grow? I think he's made some strides in Pittsburgh from what we've seen. Him and Pickens, that connection's insane. I think the weapons he would have, I would say the expectations. Is this fair? Would be the exact same. Caleb's a rookie, and I think the expectations are to compete for a wild card spot, if not the division. Yeah. If it was Justin, he's going into year 4. I think it would be to have the same expectations as a rookie quarterback. Is it kind of shows you how great Caleb Williams is, but also it shows you how great of a situation the Bears are in too right now as far as the roster, because Justin did not have the talent that Caleb has right now. Simple as that. I don't even like that we're talking about this because it bothers me so much.
We got a question.
I don't like putting Justin down at all because I'm a fan of his. I'm going to be rooting for him in Pittsburgh. I'm not like Jack, who just switched up.
And here we go.
I have the clip actually from March 9th where you were on Justin Fields' bandwagon, where you said, I'm not getting off it. So we're going to play that right now. And then I'm going to show you these tweets from a couple days ago, Jack. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be something.
But Jack is the switch up is insane. But for me, I would say, brutally honest, I think the expectations would be the exact same, and they should be. But that says something that Justin is in year 4, and Caleb has those same expectations, and he's a rookie quarterback. So
yeah, I think that's spot on, Dave. I literally have nothing to add. I think that's same expectations, but one's a rookie and one's not. So that kind of tells you,
yeah,
what people
but also
think of one or one or the other. But
the situation is so good too. It is so good for whoever is quarterback. I mean, Brett Rippon would be in a good situation right now.
He doesn't even need it, man. You not watch this game?
Colin Johnson, he's
that's all we need is that connection right there.
Yeah.
No, but good question. Jeez, bro.
Good question. But
can I get a turn on this question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You can.
I think, honest to God, I think that we would be so doomed for the next year. We would be could you imagine? Like, Brett Rippon looks good because he throws the ball. If you Fields just doesn't throw the ball. All the hate talk when the Bears Twitter was amped up was like, Fields can't throw, he can just run. You're damn right, man. I mean, this guy he couldn't throw. I feel like it doesn't even matter what the talent was. I would almost think it's overwhelming for him. The exact same situation he got and he's coming in this year. Could you imagine going from DJ Moore and then God knows who else to this now with Kmet, Keenan, Swift, etc.?
He would have to
right, but it would be so overwhelming for him in a completely different play style than he's had this entire, even in Pittsburgh. It's sort of just like Pickens, and then you have Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, random guy, not top tier. So it's sort of the same. I truly think we would be 4-win. Everyone would be like, what a waste of the year, or that kind of thing.
You want to talk about a test though, that also here's this. I think this is good for Fields. I think him leaving is actually beneficial for him. You get a new team, you get a new start, right? If you would have had this team and you weren't able to meet expectations, you're done, because we look at this roster now and go, you literally have all the weapons, right?
Exactly. That's what I meant by it's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't meet that, that's almost a career killer. So I'm actually happy that he got to go somewhere where he can compete to be QB1 and might be at some point, right? And he can actually extend his career compared to if he was here and he didn't meet expectations. That's obviously if he didn't. He obviously could too as well. We'll never know. But
yeah. Well, if you look at the training camp footage, he's throwing mallards over there in Pittsburgh. So you have a guess.
Yeah, but I feel you. It's training camp though. You never know with any of this stuff. You really don't though. But I feel you. Okay, we do have a super chat here with Tito. $5 says, appreciate it, Tito. As always, says Colin Johnson, our new number 4, LOL, and looking like Rippin is our QB2. Booker looked like Booker looked and Tyler Scott looked like a practice player. LOL. Bear down. Appreciate it, Tito. Yes, I agree. Colin Johnson Tito. Looked good. Rippin is not going to be our QB2, but he could be with the new NFL rules, right? You can keep that QB3 practice squad, and if you're both quarterbacks go down, they get elevated to game, and it's not as a roster spot. So you should have that QB3 on a practice. So I think he's kind of locked in there.
I just love that the NFL is truly back when we have – I just love the reactions, the gut reaction, the instant reaction. Brett Rippin, Tyson Bagent, quarterback 2 battle. Colin Johnson. Should they have drafted Rome Odunze when they had this hidden gem?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Chicago?
We love it though.
But I love it too. Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready for Hard Knocks at the end of the day because this is a good game. Bears should win if don't even play it. Like I don't even care about getting my money back from ESPN Plus. But anyways, Devin Hester also, that was really cool to see. I didn't even touch on that. That was fucking awesome. Childhood,
it's great.
Favorite athlete growing up. Get to see him, Hall of Famer.
Awesome. Everybody should watch his interview or like his piece on the Bears YouTube channel. It's really good. It's fantastic, especially his relationship with Lovie Smith. Like he views him as basically like a father. Like Lovie. Like, when you talk about like players loved Lovie, right? That's a prime example. Like he was a great coach, and we kind of fucked him up by firing him. But anyways, Alex here with the question said, what are your thoughts on King Poles getting exception for Torrey to not account against the 53? So Alex, let me get some clarification on this because I thought as well when they had that international exception that it was for the 53. It's not. It's for the 93 cut. So so basically he doesn't go against the 93 cut, but when he gets down to 53, he will count as a roster spot, and that exception does not kick in. Yep. So basically it just allows you to bring in one other player prior to the next cut, which I don't even know when that is. Maybe next week. So, it's good, right?
Yeah, it was misinterpreted on socials, but you got it right. Because that would be insane.
That would, bro. You would just draft so many international people, right? Yeah, come on now. Yeah, it's a Madden glitch right there. Okay, and here's a question on YouTube from Bryson that said, Waldron thoughts. Jack, you already gave your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was just that first drive, and then everything else here on out has looked really good. And like I think Dave, you brought it up. It was just like you saw it on X, where it was just like guys are getting open, and so that's always a good thing. Like we've said, 100 times,
it's just hard to tell.
We're playing 7th stringer, 22-year-olds, so it's very hard.
It is hard to tell because this offense, like it's entry level. They're not giving. It's not like it's like looking.
They're not showing much.
Right. If we're on the 10th, if we're on the 10th installment now for our offense, the Shane Waldron offense, right? Offense. This is installment 1, the basic foundation. You know what I mean? This is ass Madden type stuff. You know what I mean? So like, it's very hard to tell. Dave and Jack, you're absolutely right. Wouldn't that be great though if this could actually mean something? Because I mean, it's not like Getsy looked bad. Like maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I remember being like, wow, Getsy didn't look. Or Getsy looked bad in preseason, right? His stuff looked like decent, and we know how that went.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it is preseason, so you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Unless it's Caleb Williams and the starters, then it's concrete.
Facts, right?
And that's it, man. I think that's how we got to approach it. So,
well, to be fair, DJ Moore did look good in preseason. He did ball out the rest of the year. So
hey, Ficky, someone sent you a video on Twitter or something. Bears kill film. There's a YouTube comment
I'll
here.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Okay, bet. I will do. We got a question here on YouTube from Bunk God that said, what would you guys do to make the preseason better? Or is it basically chalked? I'm going to answer the back half, and I want to hear you guys the first half. It's going to be chalked because there's already discussions with Roger Goodell talking about how they're trying to extend one more game in the regular season. And that basically would take away one game from the preseason. But the thing about adding in a bye week, which could eliminate preseason overall, and I'm pretty sure he's talked about or he's left tidbits about how he wants to get rid of the preseason overall. So it might be chalked. But if it's not, or until then, or in a perfect world, what would you guys do to make the preseason better?
I don't think you can. At the end of the day, I don't even know if you want to, completely throw it out, because I mean, this is how guys crack rosters. This is how they make a name for themselves for the most part, and fight for, certain spots, whether it's at the very end of the 53 or, even practice squad. So, I mean, I think the preseason for guys that are not locked in, not high draft picks or even, 5th round picks like Austin Booker, I think it's just so important. So I don't want to see eliminated. I think it needs to be 2 games maybe. But I don't think it needs to go. And I know we joke about it, but I enjoy seeing it for the most part. It's these end of the games where it's like, where there's, it's like, wow. Okay.
The first quarter, you're like, yes, let's go.
No, man, the first half, I'm locked in, because you get to see rookies, 3rd, 2nd, even 2nd round picks sometimes. And then we get the, maybe Caleb's going to play a full quarter. That's awesome. So I think the preseason, there is a lot of good, a lot of entertainment from it. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. It is, sometimes it sucks. So
yeah.
Sometimes it sucks.
Jack, what about you? So, anything you do to fix preseason, or you just say, you know
what a really cool thing to fix preseason would be?
Let's hear it.
It's like maybe the Sunday before, or it would be the Thursday before the first regular season game. One game, all 32 teams just combined into this one game of all the guys that are on the fringe, and you just create like this mega Pro Bowl rookie prospect game. And so every team sends 3 to 5 guys. So let's say that's 160 guys. And it's just and then you get like a quarter each or something. It's just like you go out there and prove it. And it's sort of like an all-star game kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be way more exciting, that's for sure, because every team would be involved. But there's no fucking way.
Just mega game. There's just like 75 guys on each sideline. If we don't do that, I go with Dave. It's unfixable. It is boring, but it is what it is. It's no different than preseason NBA or spring training baseball. It's the same exact thing.
Well, you see what they're trying to do now, which I think the coaches like a lot better, is the controlled practices, but also the combined ones. I think we did it last year with the Colts, I'm pretty sure. And so what it is like they control the practice, but like it's more game setting, but they have way more control, which then makes you get better situations because you have control of what you're putting your team in. And then also there's like less injuries because of it. At least the data shows. So maybe they don't get rid of preseason, but we start to see more of that. But you know what I mean? So like we, as fans, that would suck because we don't really get much we can't watch it. And maybe they start to stream it. I don't know. Because I think the Colts did stream their practice. The Bears didn't, but I think the Colts did. And so we got some footage. But maybe that's the way of the future, and the NFL will just make up their money on the back end by the new 2 weeks that are added on. So just more regular season games for us. So if you were to tell me though, like, oh no, I miss out on preseason, but we get an extra week of football, are you going to be mad? I know the player's going to fucking hate it, but as a fan, you'd be ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
You'd rather have a regular season than a preseason. So
yeah. Well, hey, yeah. I ain't going to complain about the preseason being back, though, because, I mean, I'll take that over June OTA highlights any day of the week.
Absolutely.
But
it makes it more real.
Anyways, I think the game is seriously going to be – I think it's over. There's a comment here, why didn't they plan ahead when they saw the future weather track? I agree, honestly. I don't know why they would do that. But also, Eric Stewart has a comment here. I remember you guys praising Fields. Blah, blah, blah. You trash him. What a joke. You got to bring me out of that. It's these two. Right here.
I think it's just me. I don't want Eric to
No.
I'm bad.
Ficky had a pin tweet. Ficky had a pin tweet.
It was
accurate.
What
was Justin Fields?
It was accurate. And that's why people loved it. Because it was accurate. It said,
what did it say?
It was something about like a relationship that didn't work. And it didn't work.
Oh, there's more than that, Ficky.
Tell me
you guys, you and Jack have gotten your jokes off on Justin.
Look, here's my thing too.
let me jump in front of the bullet for Ficky here, man. It's Eric's just pissed because of me. Because I was rambling on about him earlier. That's why Eric's furious.
I think I've been pretty fair. I've been pretty fair with Fields.
Yeah,
I've been pretty fair with Fields.
I think you both
pretty fair.
Have been terrible. I'm being brutally honest.
But look, here's the thing though. People with Fields are more like emotionally tied to things. I'm a results-based guy. Fields is gone now. It's not necessarily trash, but it's like, bro, you were not good enough to still be on the team. That's it. I hope you have a good future. I hope you have a great future. I wanted you to work out here. You did it. You're gone. Caleb Williams season. I'm not going to be the one who's over here like, oh, look at all these great things with Justin Fields. Objectively, you can look back and go, Justin Fields' total career wins was barely double digits. Passing, he didn't do it. Was he a magnificent runner? Absolutely. Was he a great leader? Absolutely. But overall, he did not bring the results that he needed to, and so he is gone. I didn't make the decision.
Yeah, go on.
Obviously, other people thought so.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can move on. It's okay. I'm excited for Caleb Williams. That's my thing though. It's like people are so tied into Fields. It's like, bro, we have Caleb Williams now. And when we're allowed to bring up Justin Fields because he was our quarterback for 3 years. This is recent. We haven't even had a new season yet without him. So we have to talk about what we had versus what we have now.
We haven't even started the Justin Fields aura conversation either. We haven't even talked about it. That's a whole different topic, though.
So, what do you like? That's what I'm saying. What are you gonna do? That's it. I loved Fields when he was here. Now I love Caleb. If Caleb doesn't end up working out, it'll be the same thing. Caleb on his other team, I'll get ready for the next quarterback, and we'll rinse and repeat. It is a result-based business. Give me some wins, you'll get the support you need. If you don't, have fun on your new team. I hope the best for you. You're a great person. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to sit here and.
So you tweeted 3 days after he was traded. Why are we still talking about Justin Fields? He's gone.
And then you posted.
And then you tweeted about Justin Fields. Since then, you've tweeted about him 29 times from what I can find, Ficky. 29 times after that. Most of them being jokes.
They're funny. What do you want me to do? So I can't have fun on the internet?
No fun. No fun on the internet.
What is that? And why do people have to have such a stance? Like where it's like you're either always support Fields, or you're not. And even when Fields was on the team, there were times where Dave, you as well, would be like, wow, Fields did not perform. Oh, but you're a Justin supporter. So shouldn't you just be uplifting the whole time? That is not how this works. And if you can't take a joke on Twitter, boo-hoo. Fields isn't even seeing it. So who cares?
No, I don't know. For me, I don't. I'm not gonna crack a joke at him. I think I'm just not gonna do it.
It's okay to laugh sometimes, Dave. You got to put a smile on your face. Man.
No, but I don't think it's funny. I don't think the jokes are funny, especially when 2 months ago people were.
I'd say
were
about
completely different.
I would think,
and also I don't think you would say. I wouldn't. For me, I guess how I approach it is typically I wouldn't say for athletes. I just don't. I try not to put them down because first of all I'm not going to say that to their face. Like I'm not gonna crack jokes like that. So if I wouldn't say it really to them, it typically I won't tweet it. So I'm really just joking, but I just think it's funny. I think I even got you, Ficky, on one of the ratios where I showed you your own tweet about not talking about him. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do.
Yeah, but look, you ever wasted 3 years of your life with someone? Those were wasted years. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not to me. That shit was fun as hell. I remember being in it, and I think we both are on record saying Justin Fields alone made year 2, where it was the worst season ever. That's how we got DJ Moore.
Right.
And he made that entire season where it was insane run after run. He made some crazy passes.
It was still wasted years. We didn't win. Those are wasted years. They're still not good. We won.
It's not
we
wasted.
were the number 1 pick. Wait till we start winning, Dave. Wait till we start winning. I know you were
I didn't waste it. That was fun as hell for the most part.
5 when we started winning in 06, but wait till we start winning and you'll say those are wasted years.
So that Super Bowl return by Devin Hester was a waste because we lost?
No, but they were good. So I'm not gonna say Devin Hester.
They were good. Years. They had moments where Rex Grossman was horrible.
That was a wasted that
Arizona
time watching
Cardinals
that Super Bowl. No, but look, you said they lost that game, right? That was a wasted game. The Super Bowl. That was horrible. I wasted my time. They lost. Devin Hester was.
That's not a waste of time. That was
Yes,
one of
it
the
is.
greatest
They lost
moments
Super
ever.
Bowl.
Him returning the kickoff.
Bro, your bar is so. I'm not talking about that particular thing. Watching that game
no one's ever
was a
done
waste.
that.
No, but watching that game was a waste. You had one good glimpse. You had one good.
It's not that is not a waste. Am I
Say how you
crazy here? I'm about to. You're telling me
Different-
watching Devin Hester. I know we lost the game, but there's no way that's a waste.
that's a horrible memory.
That's a core memory.
No, I'd rather us win and not have a Devin Hester return. If you're telling me Devin Hester doesn't return it, but we win the game,
I would
that any
take
day.
that. But I'm not going to say it's a wasted memory. That's completely two different.
I didn't say a wasted memory. I said it was wasted time. Watching that full game, you just hold on to the good ones. You don't remember
playoffs.
You don't remember
not wasted years. Make the playoffs at you for I don't know.
I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about that game. Do you not remember the
That's a playoff game.
Rex Grossman's interception by what's his name that turned it back pick six that basically won it? There's bad memories in it too. That's my point. I think the problem is like we're so used to being bad that we hold on to the only good.
No, because you got to get through the hard times to enjoy the good times. So nothing's a waste. And I wouldn't change it. I don't know what I disagree with both. Field slander and then also wasted because of the losing. I don't think so. So
also, I'm looking through my Fields tweet right now. Most of them are like fine. So
I've only posted one joke or like maybe two.
Yeah, I have one joke and it got 4K. So excuse me, and then that's it. Like all the rest of them are. Ryan Poles did right by Justin Fields. No shade to Fields, but I like one on JJ better.
I sort of look at it as
I appreciate
like,
what you did.
He was my
Ryan
guy. He was my guy, but now he's not my guy. So I got to move on here and be like, he's on the Steelers.
Y'all do it,
like,
whatever, man.
He's no different than like Dak is to me at this point. Like he's like, it is what it is. He won me 12 games and threw 150 yards a game. That's what I mean. See, it's just like a quick joke right there. Boom.
But I think the thing is, you can be objective about a player. If someone has a bad year, but they have big plays, I can still be like, objectively, you didn't do your job. So I wish the best for you. Time to move on. That's it.
Saying that is fine. Never disagreed on that. You guys are you're not being objective though. You're just making jokes.
No, jokes. There was one. There was one.
Cracking jokes. That's all I'm doing. I'm cracking jokes.
And I had one. I just said it's not even a joke. It was actually a statement. I said wasted 3 years. That's my opinion. Those are a waste for me.
Oh,
I want to win games. I'm tired of seeing
maybe it just hits different because I remember having conversations where it's like you were all on board.
You can be all on board and then walk away and be like, oh wow, maybe those weren't as good times.
That's funny.
Think about it. Think about it this way.
Thank you for $2.
Think about it this way. You could be in a relationship, right, with someone, and you have some good moments, right? And you're like, oh wow, there's these good times. But there's also some times where it's toxic.
But also,
you walk away.
You walk away. Justin Fields.
We got asked a question.
Fuck this.
That's how it got started.
No.
What else you want to talk about? To be fair, the question was for you, Dave. That's the only reason we brought up. That question was directed for you. But then you called us out, so we had to back it up. That's how it went.
Because you know it's some.
No. But you can't call us out.
No,
you can't.
I'm going to. You're wrong, Ficky. You. I'm not even going to go on to it. You guys have both gotten your jokes off about Justin.
And
at the end of the day,
it's quick jokes. I'm jabbing at him,
bro.
I'm just jabbing.
No, and I get it, but I'm just saying, it's just you guys were there, and then as soon as he's gone, you kind of switched, and that's where I was like, I don't think
it's
we
not
need to
switching.
Do that.
It's like I'm saying, I no longer.
I wish Justin the best in Pittsburgh, but at the end of the day, the only time I'm going to root for him is if what.
I'm saying, I agree with you with what you're saying right now.
At the end of the day, I'll root for him, but if he plays the Bears, I don't give a fuck. So
but there hasn't been any negative talk really about the offseason, about even when he's in Pittsburgh. I literally had one tweet that went off, and that's the one you're looking at.
He's getting hammered in Pittsburgh too for some of the things he does.
Sure, but I haven't tweeted about anything Justin Fields, even in Pittsburgh. So that's my point. He's on a new team, and I don't even tweet about him. I had one tweet this offseason that did well, and that's the only joke. But I also backed it up and said it's kind of true.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyways,
it's all good.
Caleb Williams. I don't ever
Justin Fields.
whoever asked that question,
That's why we don't.
It wasn't the
Don't ever
question,
ask that
dude.
fucking question again.
It was Eric. This is what started all this. It was Eric.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, and I
That's
said
what
I
did it.
wasn't. I said I wasn't a part of that. Yeah, thank you. There we go. That's what it was.
But when did we trash him
simple as
on
that.
this? When did we trash him on the show? We didn't.
I don't think this show. I don't know.
We really don't trash him on the
You
show.
gotta ask Eric.
To be fair,
Gotta ask.
Yeah,
Eric.
Eric's got receipts or something.
please bring him
Oh, I
up.
don't
Anyway,
know,
sorry
man.
about that little side rant. It's preseason, so it's not much to talk about. So I guess I got it going.
Fuck. No, I still. Yeah, I disagree, but I agree. You got to have fun, but I do disagree. But yeah, I don't ever.
But
want
I
to
think,
talk about Justin
but to be
Fields.
fair,
Unless
to
it's
be
the
fair,
Bears versus Pittsburgh Steelers in a playoff or not playoff, it would be the Super Bowl.
No,
And then
it's
if we
funny.
play, I think the AFC. What fucking division is that? In like 3
North.
years, and
It
I
must
doubt
be
he's gonna be in.
two. Or what next year?
Who?
We had the field.
maybe next
Didn't he
year.
play their
Let me
rookie
see.
year? 21
For what? I'm sorry. For what?
Against Pittsburgh when we have the AFC North rotation.
Oh, that was his second year. No, rookie year.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So it must
Yeah, it
be
was rookie
next year then. Yeah.
That will.
I wish we were going back to Pittsburgh, man. That was one of the most fun games.
That was that
we
dumb
remember,
penalty at the end, right?
Yeah, like that whole game altogether, and that was Big Ben's last year as well. That was a fun game. I wish we were going
That was
back
a fun
there,
game.
but
That was like his breakout, like our first time we saw like, oh wow, there's what we possibly could have. So we were really excited about that. Oh, here we go. Tito said, "Okay, so I've been watching y'all for a minute, which you have."
Tito's so fucking wrong here.
Ficky never really made
So
jokes or Bash
fucking
Fields. He's a big supporter, never tried. Bro, that's what I'm saying on the show.
I don't agree with this though. I don't like that.
Just like
Actually, I do like that spin zone.
Yeah.
I do like that. Yeah, I'll take the bullets, man. That's on me.
I
I
think
was
we've
bringing
been-
them up
I
earlier.
I think we've been pretty fair. To be fair, I think we've been pretty fair and objective about it.
100%.
joke-
Eric got
a
pissed
joke
at what
maybe
I was
one or
saying
two.
earlier. He got pissed at the question when I just made the joke, like we would suck, we'd win 3 games, and he wouldn't win here because he'd be overwhelmed. We sort of talked about that. That's what he got pissed on. That's why that started. My bad.
I agree with Tito. At the end of the day, it's all Jack's fault.
Yeah, see, I'll take
love
it.
it.
I'm
It's
open.
all
That's
good,
why
bro.
I'm here.
Bro,
That's why I'm here.
even
That's
if
why I'm
the
in the
bullets
middle.
came at me, it's okay. Like we
If
have
it's going at
opinions
you,
that are
I'm
wrong.
jumping. If it's going at Dave, I'm jumping. That's my job.
Look, at the end of the day, we get to sit here and talk about our team. We're going to have takes that are wrong. There's going to, no one's perfect. It's okay. I'm just excited that the team is actually good now to where we don't have to worry about a lot of these what ifs per se, hopefully moving forward.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean that's sports, man. It's bad,
Especially
taste
at quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking. I vividly remember talking about like the possibility of Marvin Harrison being the first overall pick and being like, that's worth it. And then I'm sure that in that segment we talked about Caleb Williams being like he might not do this or that or something. We switch up.
You're good. Yeah, we're not. You can't predict things. So, but it's all good. That's why we love sports, man. The
I
NFL
love
sells
sports.
The NFL sells you on hope every offseason. It doesn't matter how good or how bad your team was the year before. They sell you on hope, and that's what gets you going every year.
There's a tweet here says it's Austin. You remember Aaron Rodgers running out with the flag?
Yeah, the
It
Achilles.
says Austin Reed's preseason debut because he got like 2 snaps.
That's crazy. At least he didn't get
That's
injured.
fucking funny.
Jeez. Oh, we do have 2 last questions that we probably should get through here. I've been sitting here for a minute. John, appreciate you waiting for a rant if you're still here. But is anyone worried about Dante Pettis Muff? What does it say for the future? He may not make the team, to be honest. I think that's kind of our back and forth.
I'll be worried if he's on the team. That's when I would be worried. But no, not right now, John. But good question.
Yeah, he won't. I mean, even if he's on the team, he's not going to be seeing the field much unless there's injuries. Like our wide receiver room our top 3 is so stacked. And then Tyler Scott would be the lock in 4. There's not many times you have 5 wide receivers on the squad. I mean, on the field at once. And then Gage here, who's a loyal member of our Patreon, which would be a perfect segue, says, hey, Dave and Ficky, do you have enough Patreon members to do a fantasy league? And for all of you watching, hurry up and join up and support the pod. First off, Gage, appreciate that. I think we have 13 members in there, so we could technically do a 12 league if everybody wants to. Me and Dave will discuss that. We have a little more time. We can figure out if that's something we want to do. And then also, perfect segue, if you do want to support us, first off, If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you want to give us a like and a subscribe, we really do appreciate that. We just broke 6,000 subscribers recently, so that is fantastic. You guys have been killing it. Also, if you are new here, please give a hashtag OG in the chat. Jack will make sure to find you, and we'll do a shout out for you before the end of the show. So that means if you've been here for more than one episode. Also, if you are new here, this is your first time watching or first time watching us live, please give a hashtag new face gang in the chat, and we'll make sure to give you a shout out as well. Now, like Gage said, if you really, really want to support us, right? And you don't have to, but if you really want to, please join our Patreon. We have a free membership in there. We have 2 tiers of memberships in there where we do 1v1 calls. Our Madden League will be in there, free giveaways. You know, we do mailbag episodes, any special content. It's all in there. And the Patreon is called the BFR Den, like a grizzly den. So that's the BFR Den. You can support us there. And then also, if you want to support us, we have merch out on our BFR store, which is thebfrstore.com, where we have shirts, hats, hoodies, caps, stickers, everything that you could possibly ever want. If you want to buy it for your friends, for your family, for yourself, we appreciate all that. The support for both of those goes directly back into the show so that we can keep providing you guys great and valuable content while we up and make our production better and start to deliver some great value for you there. And there's Jack showing his shirt right there. So if you guys want to support us, appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
They just got word. First of all, 100% agree with that, but Bears versus Texans canceled officially.
Good.
That's kind of crazy.
It's 11 p.m.
Good win.
Good. We'll take it. Hey, undefeated, baby. We'll take it.
1-0.
It's a good start. We'll take it.
1-0. No, I mean, pretty crazy. I just can't believe that's a lot of time left, honestly, in that game. I know people bought tickets and all that. It's kind of crazy. Canceled with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. I know it's preseason, but I'm just saying that's wow.
They did that for a regular season game
seen that in a while.
When DeMar Hamlin died on the field.
Dog. That's completely different. That's a big one.
No, I'm just saying though. I'm just saying
because they could probably wait it out. Probably another 30 minutes, and I think it's gone. But it's like
no, but it's not. But it's on East Coast. Yeah, no, it's East Coast. They're in Ohio, so it'd be 11:30. They're not going to play that.
Ohio's
not for. Ohio's Eastern.
Is it really?
Yeah, because Chicago
yes,
is
yes.
Holy shit. So it's 11?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that makes more sense. Bears win, though. I'll take the win.
I'll take it.
All right.
We probably
have any other?
We do have some OGs.
We also have the voicemail. We have one voicemail.
We have 2. We had another one come in, so we definitely need to play those.
Boys.
Let's actually do that.
In.
All right. So if this is your guys' first time here for our post-game lives, typically we do voicemail lines. So we have a voicemail link, which we tweet during the live games, and you just go to it and you can record like you're sending a voice note to someone, right? Hold the button down, give your thoughts. It goes straight to our voicemail line, and we share them on our shows. We love sharing them. You guys have been hilarious. We love the passion when we're losing, when we're winning. It's fantastic. So we do have 2 here for the first time, and it's free, by the way. You can just do it anytime. You can do it before the game. You can do it at halftime, end of the game. You can do all 3. We've had people do multiple. So we do have some here. Jack, if you don't mind pulling up that first one, which I think was from Kevin. So let's play that one. I think it was pre-game.
Bear down, baby. We back. Let's go.
Love it. Love it. So excited. Obviously, I think we all are for the preseason game until we actually watch it, and then the excitement dips. But that's awesome. Appreciate it, Kevin. And I think we have a post game one or our post halftime, right, from Alex. So Jack, if you don't mind playing that one.
All right. I think first thing is Brett Ripien looks way better than Tyson Bagent. And I know Aikman and Buck were kind of glazing Bagent, and in true, he did go 2-2, but he did have 6 picks to 3 touchdowns. So I think it's important to realize how good our defense was in some of those wins. Tommy Sweeney will be a great third stringer. I do think that he should stick on the team. I don't even know if there's like third string tight ends. That might be a thing where he's just on the practice squad, but he's looked great. And more than anything, I just, you got to remind yourself that the best is obviously yet to come. It's like any preseason game, but especially with these Bears, right? Caleb and Keenan and DeAndre and all these guys, it is kind of a tease knowing that the Bears are on the field and we're not going to see any of them. But at the same time, I just needed to see some football. So I'll take that as a win. But again, I think Brett Ripien might be winning this second string job if he finishes the game like this, and Tommy Sweeney's really good. Great catch by Colin Johnson.
All right.
I think first thing is.
Oh, I thought it started over. No,
it does.
Like,
it's on a loop.
Let's go.
I should. Yeah, appreciate that. I mean, I think we talked about it. I think Bajent's going to be a lock at QB2. I'd be very surprised, but he did make a good point. You did make a good point. We did not win games when Bajent was in because of Bajent last year. Trust me, I went to 4 of them live, so I definitely saw a lot of those, and we did lose a lot of those. So, but yeah, well, I mean, it's QB2, right? Once your QB2's in, you can't expect them to be your savior unless their name is Flacco. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, we'll take it though. I think we saw some good players.
I think
we got to win.
The roster is completely different too. So I think with
Completely.
Tyson or even Brett, if they came in, maybe they could, I think, Bajent went 2-2 with a pretty shitty roster, but it was also an easier stretch. So I don't know. Who knows? It's the NFL at the end of the day.
Hopefully we never find out.
We
never find out.
I think it's going to really burn if when Caleb plays and when the whole starting group gets that drive. It's gonna like pull my heart out of my chest because like today I was like, oh no, don't pull Bajent, keep him in. Austin Booker was conversation like, should we pull him? When they pull out Caleb Williams and Rome after one drive, I'm gonna be devastated for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Like the other 55 minutes, I'm gonna sit there and be just like, what's the point anymore? Like I don't know. Again, some are saying preseason stinks, but I mean, I'm excited to see Caleb at least get his drive in.
Some are saying.
Yeah, some are saying that they're really upset about the preseason and it's terrible.
No, I will say this. I will say this. The Hall of Fame game, I'd be fine with not having that again. I mean, it's good that we get Hall of Famers in there, so that's cool seeing Devin and whatnot. But if you know that none of your starters are playing,
the only thing about the Hall of Fame game that's nice is it pushes everything up a week, so you get training
an extra
camp,
week of practice.
You get that's cool. But anyways. Bears win 1-0 in the Caleb Williams era. Haven't lost.
Undefeated. Does that mean Caleb Williams is undefeated too?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Torrey Taylor's undefeated too. I mean, he got playing time,
baby.
so he's definitely undefeated if there's anyone that's
Torrey
undefeated.
Taylor contributed. Santos.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, boys. Well, hey, we'll be back. I think we have Hard Knocks in 2 days. So we'll be having the 3rd, right? Or is it the 5th? I don't know. It's soon. It's coming here soon. So we'll have an episode recapping that either right after or the very next day, going through what should be a really fun first episode. But we'll be back here in about a week, maybe less than a week. It really just depends on when that drops because I can't remember. I thought it was the 3rd, but I might be mistaken. So either way, we'll be back very, very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like. Really does help, the YouTube algorithm. Follow Jack on all socials at Jack Scroggs _. And of course, Ficky at It's Ficky Baby. And most importantly, follow the pod if you can on all socials at BFR _pod. Again, the show is brought to you by Fanatics and Sports Mockery. So check it all over there. You can check out all my work. I'm going to have a lot, just probably a little bit, at least breaking down the preseason game a little bit more in depth, especially when it comes to Austin Booker. I'm excited to write about him. I think that was a overall really fun performance just from him. 1 sack. I think he had 2 tackles off the top. But I think there should be all 22 film, I believe, coming out for this one. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, we'll get it. And we'll be back here in just a few days. So appreciate the love, Jack. Ficky, anything else before we head out here?
I just saw a comment from John. I think it's the 6th. He confirmed. So
okay. So 5 days away.
5 days. So yeah, still here. That's good though.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Well, and then we have Bills too. Bills, Bears, Saturday. We'll recap that one right after as well. we'll see.
Football is back, baby.
See if the starters play at all, and we'll go from there. So appreciate the love. We're over 6K subs on YouTube. The growth has been fun. Appreciate you guys, and we'll be back here again in a few days.
Peace.